I have not showered my hair. My God. I realize my flaws when I look at myself. But mom diaries. It was just so random. I feel like my mind just flows, and most of the time like I don't reach out for the phone. Like I can barely remember to feed my child, let alone press play so I can, log in all the entries, but the phone was nearby. Anyways, point is, I was just thinking about how perhaps I grow up seeing how my mom got everything done, like if she needed a mountain moved, she would move it herself because no one else, And just like, I guess now that I'm on my mom journey, I've felt like feeling sick or feeling down, however that may look like for you, but how it has unfolded for me every time I feel on a low vibration, like maybe it's me that has been like in the back of my head expecting to still go above and beyond and just never taking a break, never cutting myself some slack, whether I'm doing it or whether the reality is I end up doing it or whether I'm just thinking it. My mind's always like, the intention is always there of expecting to do far beyond what I'm capable of. And it reminds me of the time that I was I was working at a clinic before I moved to California. It had just opened, and just having in the back of my head, like, I want to avoid my employer to think that I just like getting paid to be lazy or to not do anything or do the bare minimum, just because, just to be there and collect the check. It doesn't really go with my values. So I just like, I guess, even if they're not thinking it, sorry. My girl's out here soaking in some air and sunlight, so I have to have the window open. Anyways, even if they're not, like, it doesn't cross their mind, the fact that it's crossing through mine, it's like putting that load on me, just because I don't know if people are actually expressing what they really feel, what they really think, or especially when it comes to like employer situation. Like, that's the last thing I want my employer to do. I want him or whoever to know that I am more than willing and I very well deserve my paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So the physical aspect of that incident of me wanting to do more is because the clinic had just barely opened, so there were barely any patients to, attend or to ring up or whatever the case is. So I would just literally sit down in the computer, like, doing anything. I felt like I wasn't doing anything, and I didn't feel okay because obviously I'm getting paid. It's out of my control because it's a clinic that just opened, and yet I still put that weight on me. So he had gotten the beds. The beds had been delivered, and they were sitting in the lobby. So if a patient came in, he would see like the bulky, it's a huge box, it's a bed. It's a, you know, the clinic beds that they lay you on, whatever. He had gotten two. One was in the lobby, one was in one of the hallways. There was two hallways. So me not doing anything with that mentality of I want them to know or to see that I'm capable of doing more than what I'm getting paid for, kind of that kind of mentality. Let me take it upon myself to, you know, he's doing his job, whatever, he's working with patients, whatever. I'm not doing anything. I could be doing something. Why not try to get these fucking heavy ass beds into their room? So I pushed, I pulled, and every angle working with the space that I have. I'm telling you, I feel like if he looks back at that footage, he was just gonna be like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. Like, that's crazy. I was literally on my knees, on my butt, on my stomach, trying to just use every force in me to push these fucking heavy ass beds into their rooms. And I believe I did both. Not exactly where they should be, but at least they were in the room. At least from what I can remember. That caused me in the long run, like a few months later, to have costochondritis is what it's called. The inflammation around the lungs, triggered by weight that's beyond what your body is capable of. There is no cure. You just can trigger it. Don't lift anything heavy. It could be 20 pounds. If it gets triggered, there's your pain. And that was a really horrible experience. I went to the emergency room, to the ER, because of the pain. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't sit down. It was hard for me to breathe. Very, very severely, from a 1 to 10 of pain. That shit was a 100 pain. It was really bad. Again, there was no cure, so they just gave me ibuprofen, 800 milligrams. And I feel like it brings me back to that. Like, that was a physical, like literally a physical experience that I went through. But I feel like I'm, like, all my life, if anything, I've had that same experience mentally. And again, I'm just thinking maybe seeing my mom do it herself, and because I'm, you know, her child, excuse me, now I'm expected to have that same energy, I guess. So now with like the whole thing of being a mom, and it's, I don't know, I guess I just see things very differently, and would wish things were different. But the label that has, so you guys can understand me, like, you know, being someone that que es mantenida is like the worst. It's the worst for a Latin household, because you're not worth shit. You just want everything to get done for you. And I don't know. It's hard sometimes, because I'm just like, fuck, we can only do so much, you know? Everyone is different. Something that someone else feels like it's okay for them to carry is like a huge load for someone else. And just labeling and judging is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel like I just expected, I've carried that energy, that now this energy has been transferred to those that are around me, that I feel like now they're like mirroring kind of that same energy to make it seem like it's not just me with the load of you know, like giving myself that weight. It's now them. And not because they want to give me or they are expecting so much out of me. It's just they're mirroring it's that's what it feels like. They're mirroring that energy that I put out, which is just expecting so much. So now they'll do the bare minimum because, you know, I don't even know how to ask for help. And that does make sense. I don't know how to ask for help, let alone express that, you know, I would want to be taken care of. For a Latino household, that's called being a mantenida. Because there's just other things I'd rather give my time. Mom Diaries. I'm running errands. And she doesn't like being in the back alone. I don't know. I'll play music so I can just, I guess, let her cry. Like, what can I do? I'm driving. And I need to make 4 stops before I start heading home. I think she's quiet right now because she like cried herself to sleep. But like, do I just like, I mean, I'm always home. So like going out, running a little bit of errands, you know, that make me feel productive, but like, you know, stepping outside of the house, like, they make me feel good, you know. So do I still keep them and just like let her cry herself to sleep, or do I minimize the amount of stops I have to take so we could just go home so I can carry her, because that's what she wants? It's really messing with me because I guess I'm trying to think of the right thing to do, I guess. But like choosing to still run my errand is like mom guilt, I guess. Like, at what point do I draw a line? Like, I can recognize when she just wants the attention, you know? Do I still like give it to her? I don't know. This is what I mean by like trying to feel like, you know, I have been walking the right path of, you know, being a good mom, and then, you know, I feel like I just get bitch slapped. It doesn't help when I feel like my partner thinks differently or encourages me to give in to her wanting attention. And I don't know, it starts making me question because then I feel like, is he right? Like, I'm making the decision to still run my errands because it's the little something, I guess, that I can do that makes me feel good. Oh, fuck.
And then I'm basically being told that I shouldn't feel good because I gotta make her feel good, you know? And then I start questioning, could that idea be right, you know? Like, welcome to the world of being a mom where you don't matter anymore, you know? And like, I'm trying to do everything that's in my power to feel like I'm, you know, being a good mom. I don't feel like I could ever, but I'm trying to be the best mom that I can be. And it's almost like my outer self feels good about it, because, you know, like, I know I'm trying to be the best mom that I can be and trying to make the decisions accordingly. But then when someone, or my partner even, or whoever close to me, thinks that I should be doing otherwise, it makes me question. And then it's almost like my inner self is seeking validation, and then I don't get it. So then I feel like a bad mom for trying to do my version of trying to be the best mom that I can, because then someone comes and just, you know, you're not, because you're not doing it this way, or you should be doing it this way, and because you're not. I don't even know if I'm making sense. Here we are, gonna minimize the stops because it's also getting dark and I don't like driving in the dark. All right, Mom Diaries out.
Coming out of another therapy session, I lost my little adapter that connects the mic to the phone. So anyways, here we are. Jesus, I don't even know how to start, but coming to therapy has definitely been making me realize like where certain things, certain habits come from. Tickle my nose. It's all bad. Hopefully you can still hear me, but I've been able to realize where certain things come from. The current thing right now that I'm probably still like needing help with digging is just a lack of confidence, not being able to speak up for myself. Where's the root of that? Not knowing how to say things, just not being able to speak up, not being able to express, just like running around like a headless chicken, not knowing where to start. The lack of confidence, being unable to express. Always carrying things, feeling like it's my responsibility to carry other people's feelings, their reactions to maybe something that I've expressed, and just they're not liking it. I carry that and feeling guilty about it. There's a lot. realizing that if there's something that I need to talk about, I've always known there's a respectful way to like say things, obviously, but like feeling the need to like go in depth when in reality, like the reason why I don't feel safe going in depth of something and just knowing the difference. A lot of the times I don't know the difference. I don't know where to draw the line. I don't know, I don't know when it's enough. And the funny thing is, I'm not going to say for everything, but some things I feel it. And lack of confidence comes in because I don't feel confident. I doubt my intuition. When, I don't know if you've seen the video of me going to a psychic, that's one of the things I need to work on, because I know I feel a lot, but it's just the doubt, the lack of confidence, and just like I want to know how many years. I mean, it's not that it's gonna matter, because however many years it's been, obviously it's affected me to where I don't know. She was telling me, like, good for you, you've been taking these steps. Like, I don't even feel that way. I don't even feel like these small victories. Like, I've done these small victories. Like, please help me. I want to be able to, like, recognize them and love myself enough to just give myself credit where it's due, because I obviously don't know how to do that. And it sucks. It did make me think about, like, I guess my mom not making me feel like what I do is enough, because there's always something. And I have caught myself, I'm guilty of that, hence where I get it from, where I've made my partner, I feel like, or I'm going to, like, if I make this choice, I'm going to make him feel like, or maybe he already has, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised, where I've made him feel like what he's doing is not enough. I've caught myself, but it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot. There is something coming up that I really needed to talk to my therapist about, because I just needed to know, like, how I'm such a good overthinker, and I was overthinking about that way too hard. So I felt like she helped me kind of narrow it down and how to go about it, because this is something that's gonna come up. It's gonna come up in like 2 days. And I was really stressing about it because these people are very important. It's part of family, and the thing is that with these specific individuals, there hasn't been the connection to where I feel safe and comfortable to express on a deeper sense and a deeper level. But just needing to still, like, let these individuals know that, I want the connection to be there. I just need time. And just work on not carrying whatever the reaction may be. I need to stop carrying a lot of things. I'm gonna stop it there for now. But this is also very important because I don't want my daughter growing into this, and I want her to be able to share things. for her to feel comfortable and safe no matter what it is. There's a lot I need to work on within, because I don't want her growing into that, and me, like, just the thought of me, you know, rubbing that off or getting it from my mom, and, you know, that's just an example, one of the examples, and her growing into, like, me making her feel like nothing that she do can ever be enough. That's sad. And I definitely know what that feels like. So, gotta keep working on things. And according to my therapist, I've been putting certain things into practice. It's not gonna be easy, but when the challenge presents itself, it's because I'm ready for it. No matter how much I'm doubting myself, ultimately things are happening for you, not to you. I strongly believe that. And it's definitely going to feel different. It's going to be feeling weird, out of my comfort zone. It is going to come off as alarming because I've never done this. I've never put my foot down. I've never stood up for myself. I've never set boundaries. So when I do that, of course it's going to come off, whoa, you know? But I know I need to do this for me. Yeah. Good luck. This is what I gotta say about this. It is hard to be taking these off one by one. I only had one hook, that's why it was fast. But que ya me tenga que miar o something, no la voy a lograr. Ahí me voy a cagar. That's crazy. It's really a struggle to, like, even put them on. Like, no, I can't do that. I can't. That's the only thing I don't like about this. And I can't do it. So, yeah. And the other one that I didn't see you guys because it was not part of the haul. I had already previously got it. I think it's from Temu. The binder. Que mide como 3. Como 30 metros. That's crazy. Like, it works, but I just don't like that. Like, when you're using it, like, some of the flaps will, like, you know, go up when you're, like, sitting down. They'll go up on their own. Also, it's not, like, really, like, it's squeezing you, but there's no figure. I don't know if I can explain myself, because right now, like, I put it tight, but, like, girl, like, there's no figure. But, I mean, it helps with my hernia, honestly, because I've been, like, recently laughing and just doing some sort of fuerza, I guess. Even sneezing, coughing, whatever. Yeah. Or carrying my daughter, and the hernia will come out. So it does help with that. But anyways, I know it's random, but kind of want to give an honest review with the fajas, because my goodness, I've been like getting, this is like the billionth faja I fucking buy just to try them out to see what fucking works. And so far, this is not it. But, I mean, it helped. It helped for the hernia. But as far as, like, the figure is still not figuring. Okay, bye.